One thing that humans are gonna do and do to the end of time, right, is forget what they asked for when it's right in front of them. So when you can't see it, when it's not there, when it's not in the physical, you want it, right? And then when it's right in front of you, you forget that that's what you wanted. And I say this to say, as much, even through the droughts of hip hop, where it was the lack of quality, the lack of respect for the art, etc., right? How many times and what was the dialogue like when we were talking about what we wanted to see at the top of the game? What was that dialogue like? Really think about it. Somebody who is compassionate, cares about the art, you see what I'm saying, takes the art seriously, is looking and attempting to deliver great albums every time. You see what I'm saying? All that different stuff, right? Giving back to the community, remembering where they came from, all these different things, maintaining the integrity of that pen, all of these different things. When I look at TDE and what TDE is able to do, and really, if you around my age or whatever, really, and you was listening to TDE in high school, right, middle school, whatever, you also understand the level of influence, the level of game that they was given in that music that was really good for somebody like me to hear, for somebody like probably many of y'all to hear. They was doing these shows, these Christmas drives, even back then. All of these guys have done incredible things since that time. Like since I was a kid, since that time, they've all done incredible things. Kendrick, Ab Soul, Schoolboy Q, J Rock, SZA, Isaiah Rashad, like everybody has done great things. Dochi's coming to do her thing. You see what I'm saying? It's TDE in general has, sir, you feel me? And yet, the only difference is their status, what they have, because they still coming back and doing these shows. They still coming back and showing up. And that's not all that they gave to the game. TDE gave a lot to the game, man. They gave a lot of new ways to do things and look at art and all this, and even now still pushing it, even with PG Lang still pushing the boundaries. TDE consistently pushing the boundaries. Every time we hear a story about this, about the behind the scenes of making albums like Control System and all this different stuff, it's always how they fought for their vision, how they fought for what they could see, and they stood by it at all cost. You see what I'm saying? While of course probably being flexible. Like for TDE to still come out, even Kendrick Lamar, dog, Super Bowl, just won the biggest battle in hip hop history. Goes to the Super Bowl, does a stadium tour, not just a tour in stadiums. He basically performed at the Super Bowl 40 times. When you really think about it. Still came back right after the tour ended. Right after the tour ended. Still came back to where it began. Ab Soul, still right there. Like, first of two of the greatest to ever do this. Right there. They was two of the greatest. Turn me up some. Then. They was two of the greatest then. To see this now, everything that they've created and left behind, and yes, I'm including Ab Soul. I think Ab Soul is one of the greatest to ever do this. You can't name me 15 albums better than Control System. For them to be on this stage in this way, still, they held true to all the things that they talked about. All the things they talked about when they got the torch, when they held it down. And this is why we celebrate TDE. You see what I'm saying? It's like, it's special. And they still prioritizing the message, the real message. Not just the, you know what I'm saying, the real message, the human message. It's beautiful. And then don't get me started on this part.
You want to get off stage? Okay. Stay back there, all right? You
Don't get me started on SZA. I remember, bro. I remember. You feel what I'm saying? When SZA was in that ethereal bag. You feel what I'm saying? One of my favorite songs, Warm Winds, SZA and Isaiah Rashad. Like, bruh, TDE really laid the soundtrack to my teenage years. TDE really laid so much of the soundtrack to my teenage years. When I think about TDE, such a big part of my childhood, like my teenage years, bro. All of them, not even just Kendrick, like Absol, Schoolboy Q. We was going crazy with, you know what I'm saying, Habits and Contradictions, Oxymoron, like, bro, J-Rock. You see what I'm saying? Isaiah Rashad, Sylvia Demo, Sons Tirade. SZA really got nothing, but SZA got really damn near, she got a couple classics. See what I'm saying? Like, and I know so many of y'all are feeling what I'm saying right now. It's special to see what's going on here. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people don't get the experience of literally watching a underground artist break barriers, feeling like there's something different about this group, but also feeling like, can they break those barriers maintaining this style? And all they did was evolve and continue to break barriers. If you didn't get to see that from the jump, if you didn't get to see that early on and see what it's transpired into, all the debates with the people and whatever, you're not really gonna understand people's connection to Kendrick Lamar. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever artist that you might have had. If you have an artist like that, some of y'all grew up listening to, you know what I'm saying, grew up in the 90s. Like, my teenage years was in the 2010s. Y'all teenage years was probably in the 90s, the 80s. And y'all probably saw artists that y'all got to watch from the jump and see everything that they became, right? And even the legacy that they left behind. Some of y'all got to see Nas from Illmatic forward. Some of y'all got to see Jay-Z from Reasonable Doubt forward. But that's what is going on here. A lot of us got to really see TDE go crazy and break every barrier that people say that they couldn't break, and stand tall in all these moments. You feel me? So while maintaining and being the representation of protecting hip hop art form. Like, this is why we celebrate TDE. Feel what I'm saying? But yeah, let's see what else we got. Hey. And you know SZA in great performing both of them in great performance shape. Just did a stadium tour, coming out here and still killing it. Not coming in and mailing it out and mailing it in, like pulling up and making it happen. You see what I'm saying? Like, you gotta respect this. And then, yeah, last thing I want to say too. One thing about TDE too is that, and you tell me in the comments if you can relate, but especially as being a teenager, listening to their music and listening to how honest and vulnerable all of them were. right, in their music. Especially, I think Isaiah Rashad. I was listening to Isaiah Rashad a lot in high school. You see what I'm saying? And really in general. But TDE, the artists on TDE and their vulnerability really helped me see certain parts of me in a different light. Maybe the parts that people that I don't like, or the parts that I might not rock with, or whatever, right? Their music really set itself as a mirror, set itself as this is a human thing that you're experiencing. You see what I'm saying? Especially through rough times and boom, boom, TDE always had mute. That's all I was playing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, and a few other artists that I was playing before them. But when going through tough times, boom, 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 Isaiah Rashad, Kendrick Lamar, it's just a lot of great music. And great music that reflects real life. And I know listening to Kendrick's albums felt like watching somebody go on a spiritual journey while I'm going through my spiritual journey. And knowing that whatever album that Kendrick is going to drop next, this is his spiritual checkpoint. Same thing with Ab-Soul. Same thing with, and listening to their music and watching their interviews, you can tell like this is the way that they think. They think on a very, while it is physical, these are spiritual individuals here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm just grateful to be able to witness this in real time and witness greatness in real time. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, because greatness is a great thing. Love to see greatness out of other people and respect greatness out of other people. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. You feel what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all. I know it's coming in the holiday season, but I'm still finna start dropping some videos. So, you feel me? I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Have a good day.